Spain now, where protests are growing over a proposed new abortion law, which would allow terminations only in case of danger or rape. The bill could sweep away Spanish women's current rights to abortion on demand up to 14 weeks. Our culture and digital editor Paul Mason has this report.
It's the Day of the Godmother, celebrated in the Spanish region of Asturias with cider. Under fascism in the 70s, these festivities were banned. These women who remember that thought they'd fought and won their battles on women's rights. Their daughters have grown up in one of the world's most liberal societies. But once the singing starts, their anger is uncontained. Mariano Rajoy's Conservative government is trying to ban abortion, and that's reopened old divides.
We make very hard to make the abortion in Spain, and now we have all that come back 30 years ago. It's impossible for us.
For 3 years in this northern Spanish port, the main issue's been the plunging economy, but the new abortion law has opened a whole new wave of protest. Almost the first thing the Spanish government did on stabilising the economy was bring in a law banning most abortions. 4 out of 5 people oppose it, and here, in the traditionally right-wing region of Asturias, women have launched a national movement against it. Women across Spain have channeled their anger through everything from flamenco to satire. They converged by train on Madrid. Then they came to airports to demonstrate their opposition to a law they say will force women to go abroad for terminations. And for the Catholic Church, which has called for this measure, they turned flamenco into a gesture of defiance. Asturias has the lowest birth rate in Spain, and since the economic crisis, it's been falling. For the Catholic Church, the fight back comes through centres like this. Luisa is a single mum. She'd been under pressure to have an abortion, but with the support of this refuge, now has a 4-month-old son.
I think some women do feel forced to have abortions because they don't have the means to raise a child. And that's the government's fault, because they're only looking at making abortion illegal. They don't help single mums like me. They give me €75 every 3 months. So if I didn't have a family, what would I have done? I'd have been forced to have an abortion.
The new law bans abortion except in cases of rape or danger to life. With unemployment among the young over 50%, those who can't afford to go abroad to end a pregnancy wonder what they'll do. And in places like Gijón, with long years of austerity ahead, the economic incentives for motherhood are not great. So 115,000 Spanish women per year come to places like this, a cooperatively run clinic. If the new law goes through, it would have to close. Maria, one of the clients, is unemployed and has 2 children already. She had an IUD fitted that didn't work. She agreed to speak to us just after her pregnancy had been terminated.
I didn't want to have more babies. That was the decision we made. You have to think long term. You're bringing a new life into the world and you can't give it everything you'd like to, especially when we have 2 kids already.
What options would women have if they couldn't afford to go abroad if abortion is banned in Spain?
Well, what options are there? Try to do your own abortion, damage yourself physically, or look for ways to have an illegal abortion.
The clinic's manager says if the law goes through, women will perform their own abortions using drugs bought off the internet.
If we have this problem now, probably tomorrow this problem is in Italy, or it's probably in Germany, or it's probably in Greece. It's for that that we need Europe, and Europe needs us in this war.
A war?
War.
For 30 years, Spanish women took it for granted that after the fall of Franco, Catholic Spain would leave liberal Spain alone. So for the ruling party, the Partido Popular, it's a risk. Why choose this issue now to divide Spanish society?
It was in our party manifesto, and we won the election. The left are spreading an urban myth that rich women will be able to fly to London for an abortion, while poor women will get stuck in Spain. Actually, there are protections in this law for vulnerable women and those who have suffered violence.
They may be singing a protest song from yesteryear, but these women have no intention of going back in time.